Hello, everyone. Be welcome to our podcast. It's me, Antonio Francisco, and today, for the first time, we have a woman in the program, which is really, really, really wonderful. She's going to inspire, like many other girls, to learn English and so on. So, why are we here? These wonderful women we have here, she has like a great story to tell us about her. I won't tell you her name because she's present and she may do it herself. So, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. My name is Claudia,
Okay.
and I'm here to share a little bit about my story. Um, and I met Mr. Antonio through Home Talk, so I'm really, really happy to be here. And I'm actually the one who was very interested in coming on to this platform, and so I called him up, I sent him a message, and he made it happen.
Okay.
So we're here, and yeah, I'm here to share a little bit of myself.
That's good. Good, 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 good. You have such a beautiful English. Can we know where you learned English?
Thank you, first of all,
Yeah.
and yes, I grew up in South Africa.
Okay.
Uh, I went when I was 2 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, and I grew up there, and then I came back in 20, 2015, 2020, like
2020.
2015.
Okay.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah, that's when I came. If to stay kind of permanently. So I grew up there. I started learning my first language, which is English, in South Africa. So that's why I speak the English.
So it means that you are not only Angolan, you are South African too, right?
In many ways, I would say that yes.
So Miss Claudia told us that she went to South Africa when she was almost 2 years old, right? So she didn't know that she was traveling, yeah, because she was just a child. But I have some questions here related to this, and the first one is what are the some of the biggest differences, like what referring to culture, what are the some of the biggest differences that you found here in Angola?
Culturally,
Yes.
um, well, I mean, it's very different. People are very different. I don't know if this really counts for like culturally, but people are more. They keep more to themselves, right?
Okay.
Here in Angola, people are a lot more kind of comfortable talking to strangers.
Good.
Uh, I remember when I came here, Angolans were very quick and easy to help me. So whenever I would ask in the street anyway, they would always help me. They like to talk.
Okay.
They're very warm people. In South Africa, it's you do find people who are warm, but it's not as the same. It's not as common.
Okay.
People keep more to themselves. That's one cultural thing. Another cultural thing is in South Africa, it's very multinational,
Okay.
right? So you go out and you see different nationalities. You
Good.
see different kinds of people all over the place. So um, yeah, there's like Chinese, Indian, black. You see so many different kind of cultures and races. Here it's predominantly black people, African people,
Yeah.
um, and the difference is like the tradition, the tribal traditions.
Good.
So that was the first time that I was kind of always in I was in that kind of environment, right? Um, what are the differences? I think that's the most common
Yeah,
differences,
yeah,
and then
those are the most
obviously that's
common.
the language. Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously there's the language because here they speak Portuguese and a
Okay.
bunch of other different like traditional languages and local
Local
languages.
languages.
Yeah, but in South Africa, you also hear a lot of local languages because I mean, I did grow up in South Africa, so even though the main language that I was speaking and that I was hearing is English, South Africa also has a lot of official languages that is not only taught in schools, but is spoken, normally as a first based language in in different parts of the country. So it's like this thing where you're in one place, you hear in different languages, and then you come to another place and you hear in completely different languages. Yeah.
Okay, so talking about languages, was it easy to adapt to learning and, let's say, communicating in Portuguese when you arrived here?
It wasn't easy. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy because
Yeah.
I didn't speak like very well at all. I didn't really have so much of that in like Portuguese. I went to Aliança Francesa. Not that
Okay.
no promotion here, but you can cut that out.
No, no, no.
But
That's basic.
I went to Aliança Francesa and I learned the first and the second like levels of Portuguese. That helped me a lot because it made me understand that Portuguese is it's easy to read,
Mhm.
but it's not really an easy language to
Yeah,
write and
yeah, yeah.
understand grammatically. But I was able to pick it up quickly. But I did have a hard time because my pronunciation was terrible. I didn't have a lot of vocabulary,
Okay.
so I was sticking to very simple words,
Okay.
um, and that obviously always limits you in order for you to like express yourself. Um, and um, and yeah, that was my biggest thing. My biggest thing was like pronunciation, which was bad, and
Okay.
vocabulary. Yeah.
Actually, I was about to ask something related to this. What were the challenges that you faced when you arrived here in Angola? But let me put it that way. What were like the biggest challenges that you faced in in South Africa?
In South Africa.
Yeah, like because you were about 2 years old, right? And you were already like able to speak a bit of Portuguese that age, right?
Not that I remember.
I
I would assume because when a child is like one,
uh-huh.
they start saying or repeating some words.
Yeah.
But I don't remember any of that because when I started, because I went to school not only like in primary, but I went to like creche, right? What is it?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Here we call it preschool,
Yeah.
right? So
That's
I
nursery, right?
yeah, like kind of like nursery
Hmm.
preschool. And so when I got there, I kind of immediately was put into like preschool, and so I started learning the English alphabet. And
Okay.
so whatever it is that I had in my head of Portuguese before that, I don't remember. I was 1 years old. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, regarding to Portuguese, the biggest challenge you faced while learning it was related to pronunciation, right? On
Yeah.
pronunciation.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm even gonna give you like a couple of words that were difficult for me to learn how to pronounce, and I still have to say it a little bit slowly. So one of the words was recachotagem, which is not said that way.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
learned it from some of my colleagues. It's not like that. I had to learn how to say it slowly. It's recachotagem. But
Okay.
every single time I say it, it sounds like Chinese. Recachotagem. But anyway, recachotagem, like that was one of the words.
Okay.
And then the words that have double R, where you have to, what do they say, carregar o R, right? You have
Uh-huh,
to like,
uh-huh.
yeah,
Double
drag
R.
exactly, drag the
Yes.
R. Those words as well can be a little bit complicated and difficult.
Uh-huh.
And other kinds of words are, but the is yeah, those are the two. Those are the main
Okay,
ones.
good.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the best experiences you had in South Africa?
Mm. Some of the best experiences that I've had, in general, right?
Yes, in general.
Mm, I mean, I think I would say the food.
The food.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, talking about the food, do you think the way we cook, we prepare the stiff pap here in so how do we say funge? How do people from South Africa say funge in English?
They say pop.
Pop. Okay, good. Pop. That's what I said. Tyler says pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what she says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pop. Yeah, but here we prefer to put that the word stiff, like so that people from another countries can be able to understand that that's not the normal pop. Okay, so do you think people in Angola prepare this dish the same way people from South Africa do?
I think it's not exactly the same because Angola, it's different things. Like Angola, we have mainly
Mhm.
two types of pop,
Pop.
or yeah,
Three.
I think
We
it's
have the normal one, and we have um, the pala pala, and we have also bombo.
okay. If we're counting palapala, okay, yeah, we would
Yeah,
say three.
yeah.
But also these three types of pops are
Mhm.
made with three different ingredients.
Okay.
Okay, so here in Angola we have a funge that's bombo, right?
Mhm.
Of
Yeah.
bombo, which is done with the uh, um, what's it called, mandioca, right?
Mandioca, so that's cassava.
That's cassava,
Cassava.
exactly. That's what I think. It's cassava and yam. Some people call it yam.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, so that's like yam powder.
Mhm.
So we use that with water. That's one kind of pap. And then we have of milli meal, right?
Mhm.
Of grains of meals, and that is also one type that we do here. This is the one that's similar to the one in South Africa. Right?
Okay.
The pap in South Africa is usually made with corn meal.
Corn meal. Okay.
Exactly, with corn, mealy meal, or like corn,
Mhm.
powdered corn. And they can use like yellow powdered corn, or they can use like white one.
Mhm.
That's what in South Africa they call pap.
Mhm.
But in Angola, okay, the third one, it's with pala pala. It's with, I think it's also meal. I
Yeah.
think it's with corn as well,
Yeah, with
right?
the corn, of course.
It's corn. It's just a corn that is not grazing. I think it's a corn that
Mhm.
it's still like before they sift it and
Mhm.
they do another process or something like that. So yeah, we have three different kinds of pap,
Pop, yeah.
but in South Africa, the one I know, it's only one.
Okay.
It's the one with corn. Yeah,
Okay, was that easy to adapt with these differences?
just because of pap. Pap, the one that I had to get used to
Uh-huh.
was pap of the bombo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I never used to eat that a lot in South Africa. I never kind of ate it at all that much. I think I only had it like once or twice when my mom traveled that side. So I think bombo I had to get used to.
Okay.
But I still prefer the
The
corn.
corn
Yeah,
one.
the
Okay. Even me, even me. Talking about food, I want to know if you had a dish there, or if I don't know, let me put it that way. If there is a dish in South Africa similar to kalulu, and how do you call that there? We
no,
do.
not as similar. No,
Not similar.
no. Not.
So we can consider kalulu as an Angolan dish, right?
Yeah, if we're to, I don't know where Kalulu like came from. I think Kalulu also has its origins. I think in Brazil. If not,
In Brazil, I don't.
they have a type of dish like that as well. I think
In
so.
kalulu too, in
I'm
Brazil,
not sure. I'm not sure so much
probably
about the.
similar.
Yeah, maybe similar. I'm not too sure about like the Portuguese culture, but like
Uh-huh.
like Portuguese influences from different
Uh-huh.
places.
Yeah.
But Kalulu, I've never seen it in like South Africa at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
no, it's not something that you find there. I think it's more Angolan than anything. I think it really is
good.
Angolan. Yeah, because I mean, like, I'm trying to think, like, you put the fish and then you got, the tomatoes and all that. But the thing that you won't find is like putting, uh, what's it called? Palm oil.
Palm oil,
Yeah,
yeah.
they don't put palm oil. So no, it's very original.
Okay. So let me ask you another question. What's one of the funniest memories you have from from South Africa?
Funniest memory. I'm not so sure if I can pinpoint, but I would think that the funniest memory that I had is probably related to funny. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
You
don't
don't-
know. Probably just hanging out with like my sisters. Yeah, they're very funny. Hanging around with my family. that was the most the funniest. Unless you mean like strange, because like if you
That's
mean like,
strange.
yeah,
No, let's put
funny,
that
strange.
way. What is one of the weirdest memories you have?
I don't know if it's weird, but I would say that being like having to go through document
Uh-huh.
processes, like, you know, in South Africa, although it's more efficient and faster,
Mhm.
there's still a level of like um, delay, or there's a level of like slowness to it as
Yeah.
well, especially for like because I was like a foreigner there in
Mhm.
many ways. So when I had to go through a process for my documentation, it was slow, it was difficult, and it was hard. They have this thing called home affairs, you know, where you go and you deal with all of your documentation process. And yeah, it's always a hard process to go through so that you can get your papers all like in order. So yeah, I think those were probably the weirdest experiences that I've had. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, now something related to Portuguese. What is the funniest memory you have with
Ah,
Portuguese?
okay. Uh, with Portuguese, I think I have a lot of funny memories because I mispronounced a lot of
A lot of
words.
words.
Yeah. And I was kind of like the butt of the joke for a lot of things, but because I've mispronounced a lot of words.
A lot of words.
Yeah, a lot of words. But I think there was a time, this is at work, where um I was so used to like, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. kind of
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
But here in Angola,
They
a lot,
say
they say like, 21,
21,
21, yeah,
17,
17, that kind of thing.
12, 11. No,
Exactly.
11, no, no, 13.
13,
13, yeah,
exactly.
13.
I remember at work, I was writing this email, and I was kind of like creating this meeting in the
Mhm.
email, letting everybody know the details. And for the time, I think I put something like I think I put something like 16,
Mhm.
and then I put PM.
PM.
Yeah, I put 16 PM.
PM.
And
As there is a 16
yeah,
AM.
yeah, exactly. And I remember like later on my colleagues were like 16 p.m.
Yeah.
16 p.m. and I was like, yeah, 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 because it wasn't
Yeah,
clicking.
yeah.
And then later on I was like, oh my god, okay, because 16 is
16 is
only
already,
PM.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
probably that would be one of the funniest.
That's great. So, one last question. Um, what advice would you give to someone who intend to study abroad? Mainly to those who intend to go to a country where English is spoken every day, like a country where people have English as their first language.
Okay, the advice that I would give is obviously be open to learning, right? It's always important. But do your best to dive into the language, dive into it. Like, try to not avoid it. You are going to make mistakes in the beginning, and you can't avoid that. So you have to do your best to just speak your broken English as much as possible, so that you can get better. Because the more you practice, the better that you'll become. When I was learning Portuguese, I thought that I wasn't gonna get better at Portuguese because I thought, oh my god, it's such a block in my life.
Okay.
So much so that I paused on going to university and finishing university because of the level. I had so much anxiety about the level
At the
of
level
Portuguese that I
Portuguese,
had.
okay.
But the older that I got, as time went on, I was working and all that. Even though I thought that even though I didn't have like training, or I
Mhm.
didn't have like whatever, like I got better.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
by the time you knew it, I started realizing that I could actually write, speak, learn, everything in the language. And that's basically because I'm living in a country where everyone
Speak
speaks,
Portuguese, yeah.
and it's inevitable. So in everything I see it, in documents, in writing,
Yeah,
everything I
everything
see
is Portuguese.
exactly. And so when you're in an English country, it's going to be the
The same
exactly
thing.
the same way, exactly.
Okay.
So all you can do is just carry on speaking until you feel 100% confident in it. Yeah.
Okay, good. So this was the advice. Thank you. Can I say that you are a home talk English member?
Yeah, absolutely, I am.
Yeah, she's actually one of the teachers of Home Talk English. If you want to have her as your teacher, you know what to do. And bye bye. Okay.